very or full villages. We have also conducted in coordination with the TTI a series of workshops on journalism trauma wherein more than 60 members of media have shared their experiences from traumatic coverages. Recent disasters, particularly Tropical Storm Sendong, which hit illegal Chilean cities, have taught us many lessons, not only in not electing mayors who are too incompetent to lead in crisis, but more importantly, as journalists, we saw how colleagues can also be deeply affected by the trauma they witness. The psychological health of the journalist is as important as the physical. A journalist who has undergone trauma is affected both as a human being and as a reporter. An individual's state of mind can affect his perception of events, his judgment of which is important or not, and which risks are worth taking. Trauma also has a ripple effect. It affects not only the frontliners, but also the editor who scrutinizes the copy, the layout artist who handles the photos and text of heartbending stories, and ultimately the readers and listeners who can be affected by vicarious trauma, second-hand trauma. But journalism and trauma is an alien field in the Philippines. Newsrooms have yet to recognize this as an area of concern, and thus minuscule resources, if any, are devoted to addressing it. So yung reporter, for example, na nag-cover ng landslide sa Leyte, na nagigising in the middle of the night, ang pakiramdam niya parang bumubuho yung building na kung saan siya nakatira. O yung journalist na nag-cover ng gera sa Mindanao, na kapag may malakas na pintong isinara na kubalabo, akala niya nasa gera pa rin siya, parang putok ng balik. Maghihintay pa sila ng matagal dahil itong issue na to is not something that right now are addressing in the newsroom. Indeed, Filipino journalists need superpowers to contend with the difficult conditions of coverage and overcome the risks to their physical safety and psychological well-being. They don't only need the invisibility cloak of Harry Potter and the strength of Iron Man to survive the past. They also need even more added power for emotional fortitude to be good journalists. Before I end this speech, I would like to thank the PPI, si Ariel Fidelino in particular, for the partnership that we started early this year for the series of workshops on journalism and trauma and other training series that we intend to conduct. Although maraming overlap actually sa PPI members and NGP members ang dami kong kilala sa kwartong ito. But it's always good to have organizational partnerships kasi mas systematic, mas paayos yung sharing ng resources at saka ng mga like trainings na pwedeng kasama. Again, I would like you to invite to sign up dun sa carpooling sa labas for us to give tribute and remember our colleagues who died in the Philippines.
Is there a painting going on right now because we can smell the fumes? Is it okay? It might be bad. Yeah, because people are inhaling the fumes. You might find them lying on the floor in a few minutes. So it's not because of fatigue, but because of chemical reaction. It's a good sign not to wrap it up already. Anyway, we have time for a few questions from the floor, but I already have two here. Kanina pa pinadala kay Wayne, so let's read it. No? First, a problem. Fiscals and judges are regular list of politicians. This gives a chilling effect on journalists who are sued by these politicians, like mayors and governors. What is media's laban against this injustice? From Visayas.
Hindi lang sila recommendees, they actually receive allowances from the mayors. So yung mga judges nyo, beholden sila sa local executive. So how do you expect them to rule favorably sa taong ibigay sa kanila? Ang isang problema, tingin ko, no, yung judiciary, I don't think is covered now. Ito yung isang area ng governance that relatively neglected by media. Unlike the Congress or the executive, madalas natin talagang i-cover. Pero yung judiciary, medyo sarado madalas. Tapos medyo painstaking din mag-cover kasi talagang tututukan mo para mailabas mo yung mga kalokohan na nangyayari. Pero that's, I think, one of the loopholes na kailangan natin sarahan if we want to reform yung part na yun ng gobyerno.
Siguro nadagdagan ko din yung sinabi ni Weng, no, especially sa judiciary, hindi lang yun, siguro yung, especially the cases, ito yung sad part, no? Yung cases of journalists, no, that are on trial, yung mga suspects that were on trial. Sometimes yung mga media orgs in Manila need to call at halimbawa yung nasa Cebu or nasa Iloilo or wherever, na pakikover nyo naman itong kaso na to, it will go on trial, merong hearing. No, parang kailangan pa rin natin dagdagan yung time natin to really look at the cases of the street journalists, yung mga suspects are on trial, na kailangan natin bandayan din. Another question from the academy, faculty, dalawang question. Outside Metro Manila, salaries for journalists are very low. What is done to improve, correct this? Would creating journalists, media, parang hindi ko mabasa. Yun yung ba? Ayaw, kasalamin na si Wei. Papasahin namin niya naman. Yun yun, ano? Media, unless media workers union. We will still. Definitely, di ba?
Hindi naman sabihin ko hindi. Definitely organizing ourselves will be the first step. Sa maraming areas, yung mga lugar na kung saan meron ng organization of journalists, nasisimulan nila yung mag-bargain for higher wages or for insurance. Magsisimula sa maliliit na benefits hanggang sa makaipon ng lakas and then they can bargain for the bigger issues. Ang problem lang is merong takbo yung utak ng mga taga-media na for some reason hindi nila kinikilala yung sarili nila as workers. Tama? Kasi feeling journalists, iba yung workers. Na maling mentalidad, no? Kailangan kilalanin una sa lahat na meron tayong problema pagdating sa economic rights and then mag-organize. It doesn't have to be NGT, it can be any organization. It can be work-based, pwede rin workplace-based, pwede rin geographical. Ang mahalaga is maumpisahan and then mapag-aralan ano ba yung mga batas at ipatupad yung batas. Merong mga proposals for Magna Carta for journalists na naglalagay ng mga provisions na kung saan gustong tiyakin na magkaroon ng isang certain level ng salary ng mga nagtatrabaho sa media. Sa totoo lang, kung ipapatupad lang yung labor code, yun na yun eh. You don't need a new law. I-gihit lang natin na yun yung dapat na ibigay sa atin, including other benefits na dapat ibigay sa kahit sino ng magawa. According sa batas, according sa mga international instruments.
Kaya lang, kuminsan parang masakit dyan, no? Yung exploitation comes from the fellow journalists and media owners, no? Like, kung sa probinsya, ibang-iba talaga yung situation, ano? Natulad nga kay Neto kanina ni Weng. So, ito yung mga nakakaiyak na situation talaga ng mga journalists. Journalists are reporting on labor issues and they themselves are being exploited. So, yun yung mga dapat kailangan tingnan. So, siguro yung mga nasa schools, like this came from academy, what we can do also is, dito papasok yung advocacy, no? At your end. I remember a group of students, graduating students from St. School, came up with a campaign.